Know your damn role.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave me a thumbs up, hit me up on Twitter, leave some comments in the comment section, blah blah blah, bloopity blue, bleepity bleep, all those things, man. You already know the drill. And we're officially on the road to WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania season. It kicks off with the Royal Rumble. It's that time of the year where people will point at the WrestleMania sign. It's Royal Rumble season. And also, about a year ago, my very first video on YouTube was the 2021 Royal Rumble predictions video. So it's come full circle. A year later, man, I'm doing the 2022 predictions video. And the Royal Rumble is actually on my birthday this year. The 29th of January is my birthday. It's also the Royal Rumble, so you know, that's also a pretty good reason to be excited about the Royal Rumble, I guess, because to be honest with you, the build for the show, it could have been a whole lot better. They could have done a better job of hyping up the Royal Rumble and hyping up the main events. But hey, man, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So without any further ado, man, let's get into these predictions. I'm gonna be honest, there are a couple matches on this card I really don't care about. One of the matches being the match for the Raw Women's Championship between Becky Lynch and Doudrop. One of the reasons I don't really care is, like I said earlier, man, the build has been alright. It hasn't really been there though. On top of that, I don't really care about either one. I don't really care about Doudrop. Becky Lynch is alright. She's not good as a heel. She's trying her best to make the heel turn work, but the people are either too behind Becky Lynch or they just flat out don't care about this feud. And it's kind of hard to get invested into it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the match is going to be good, and I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch is going to win. I mean, there's going to be some shenanigans involved. She's probably going to cheat or do something to get the unfair advantage and, of course, win the match. And that's also going to play into one of my theories going on into the Women's Royal Rumble match. But as far as this match goes, man, I'm rocking with Becky Lynch. She's going to win. She's going to still be your Raw Women's Champion. Moving on. The next match I really kind of don't care all too much about is the match between the intergender tag team match between Edge, Beth Phoenix, and The Miz and Maryse. And I mean, the match itself should be good because of all the participants involved. I mean, you got Edge and The Miz, they're good wrestlers, and then you got Beth Phoenix wrestling again, as well as Maryse. So I have no doubt that the match itself will be good. The feud itself actually started off pretty okay. It got me invested into the match. The initial match itself between the Edge and The Miz, and then of course it evolved into the Edge and his wife going up against The Miz and his wife, you know. So who I'm going for is going to win. I think Edge and Beth Phoenix are going to win. I mean, it should be fine. Beth Phoenix is probably going to toss Maryse around like yesterday's trash. And hopefully this will be the end of the feud, because I'm kind of at the point now where I'm just like, all right, can we just get to the point? Can we just get to something better? Hopefully Edge and Kevin Owens, and then The Miz can do something with somebody, I don't know. But I'm just ready for this feud to be over. So let's just move on from this and get on to something better. Okay, cool. All right, so now we have the two championship matches. First things first, we got to go with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns going up against Seth freaking Rollins. Like, is freaking his middle name now? Like, when he fills out his paperwork, does he have to put your initials like SFR or Seth freaking Rollins? I don't know why they're making freaking his actual middle name. I don't know, but whatever. We got the match between the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns going up against Seth freaking Rollins. Of course, as we all know, the history, they used to be in the Shield together. Seth Rollins destroyed the Shield. He's the architect. He's stabbing him in the back. Blah blah blah. We already know the history. We also know that Seth Rollins always beats Roman Reigns. Like that, as far as the one-on-one matches between Seth and Roman, Seth has always won. And I gotta say that this is actually something that's pretty cool. is I kind of don't know which way this is gonna go. It really could go either way. Like a whole bunch of Roman Reigns matches in the past, you pretty much knew that Roman Reigns was gonna win. I think this is the first time in a long time I have some doubt in my tribal chief. And I feel bad for saying that because I feel like he's gonna break into my house right now and chop my head off for saying this. But I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if Seth Rollins pulled it off somehow. But just to make a predictions for prediction's sake, I'm gonna roll with Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is gonna pull it out. He's gonna win and retain the Universal Championship and go on to WrestleMania. Who he faces, that's kind of up in the air right now. I'm not entirely sure, but it's gonna be interesting to see. And of course, this is gonna be a banger match. Like, these two have always had good chemistry. All hits, no misses, man. But I'm gonna rock with the tribal chief. Roman Reigns is gonna pull it off somehow, and he's gonna still be the Universal Champion. Okay, so now this leads us to our second main event championship match for the WWE Championship between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Now, a lot of people have been wanting this match for a long time. Bobby Lashley has been wanting this match for a long time. A lot of people consider this to be a dream match, and it is. Like, it is a dream match. These two have never faced off as one-on-one competitors. They've never had a one-on-one match with each other, so that part is cool. The build, however, has been kind of weak. I thought they would do so much more with MVP and Paul Heyman going up against, like, facing off against each other on the mic. I mean, we had one segment where you had Brock Lesnar, and I mean, we had a couple of segments where you had Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley doing the talking. But for something like this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people felt like we want to see MVP and Paul Heyman do more of the talking, and we haven't really got that. Also, like I said, man, the build for this hasn't really been all that. It really hasn't been up to snuff. Like, last night on Raw, you had the weigh-in segment that was really pointless, and I was honestly gonna do a reaction to it, but after I saw it, I'm like, this is kind of a waste of my time. I mean, Brock Lesnar videos normally do good numbers for me, but that just felt like a waste of time. I wasn't really gonna do all the editing and everything involved to make that video. It felt like a waste of time. Now, this is the interesting part because I kind of don't know which way this is gonna go either, because you could have Brock go over, but then what does that do for Bobby Lashley? Where does that leave Lashley, you know? Because even though the build-up has been weak, you really had Brock Lesnar probably most likely getting the upper hand as far as, like, him being on the mic, as far as talking with the knock joke and the whole Bobby Who. It's pretty much making Bobby Lashley look like a bitch. So you kind of figure it's playing into the story that Brock Lesnar doesn't take this serious. He doesn't take Bobby Lashley serious. So that really could play into Bobby Lashley's advantage. You know, Bobby Lashley might catch him lollygagging in these streets, might catch him slipping, might catch him in the hurt lock and make Brock Lesnar tap out. You never know. I'm gonna go off on a limb. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do feel like this as well. They're probably thinking that Bobby Lashley is gonna beat Brock Lesnar, basically because of the way this story is being told. And I feel like that might be the case. Bobby Lashley is gonna beat Brock Lesnar, and then this plays into the Men's Royal Rumble where Brock Lesnar somehow, some way gets in. And I'm gonna make another prediction inside of my prediction. So, of course, we all know the Free Ali movement, man. Everyone's tweeting Free Ali. Hashtag Free Ali, because Mustafa Ali wants to be released. WWE said, nah, you're here forever. So everyone's tweeting out Free Ali as a sign of solidarity. So what I think is going to happen, this is kind of jacked up if they actually do this, but I think Mustafa Ali is going to make his way out to the ring to be in the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar is going to show up out of nowhere and just beat the holy hell out of this man, take him out, take his spot, and continue the storyline where Brock Lesnar just screws over Mustafa Ali. Because you remember the time at Money in the Bank where Mustafa Ali was almost going to be the Mr. Money in the Bank, and Brock Lesnar, man, who wasn't even in the match, came down, took the briefcase from this man. I think he's going to continue that tradition, mess up Mustafa Ali, take his spot, and enter in the Royal Rumble. Now, if Brock Lesnar loses to Bobby Lashley and enters in the Royal Rumble, I think he's going to win. It's either going to be him or Johnny Knoxville. You heard it here first. I'm just playing Johnny Knoxville ain't winning nothing, because I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar, because there's a lot of rumors going on that the heavy favorite to win the men's Royal Rumble is Omos. I don't see that at all. I think it's gonna be Brock. Brock's gonna win the Royal Rumble and go on to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So there's that. Now, as far as the women's Royal Rumble, you have the major rumor of that Ronda Rousey is gonna return. That WWE is really pushing for Ronda Rousey to come back for the Royal Rumble. So if Ronda, she has a hard name to say. If Ronda Rousey pulls up for the Royal Rumble, I think she's gonna win. If the rumors are indeed false and she doesn't show up, I think that Charlotte is gonna end up winning the Royal Rumble and be the first champion to enter herself in and win. Now, I think it was either last year. No, it was a couple years ago when Brock Lesnar was champion and he entered himself in the Royal Rumble, but he didn't win. I think that Charlotte is going to be the first woman to be champion and enter the Royal Rumble and then win the whole thing and then pick her own opponent. So that should be something interesting. It will be something different, something to kind of, you know, shake things up a little bit. So that's my pick. Brock Lesnar is going to win for the men. Charlotte is going to win for the women if Ronda Rousey doesn't show up. If Ronda Rousey pulls up, it's going to be her, and the internet will either explode, melt down, or love it. There's no in between. So that's how the internet wrestling community works. So with that being said, man, those are my predictions for the Royal Rumble. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the Royal Rumble? Are you excited for WrestleMania? Are you excited to see who points at the sign this year? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. You guys have a great day. Have a great week. Be easy. Peace.